He's been doing it for 17 years now, every Monday night. A big hand, what? And people still come. The Hideout were nice enough to offer me a similar residency, and I said, well, you might want to think about that.
You declined. You were smarter.
No, after about 3 weeks, it would just be me. And,
That's kind of what it's been like for me. People, thank you for your sympathy. Honestly, people don't come every week. They come when you're here. They come when you're here. They come because they love you, and because they love me a little bit, but mostly you.
It's an amazing thing you do, though. It's different. Do you ever play the same songs every week? No.
Well, there's people that are here every week, and they can attest that the same songs do get aired fairly, with some frequency. I mean, you're going to do a song in a little bit that I've played here with probably 3 different configurations, or 4, over the years. You own the fucking Mandrel, my man.
You make everybody do that song.
Make
you.
You leapt at that song. You fairly leapt.
Young hunting dog straining on his leash to get out.
Yes, you were. Hunting the house. Well, you know, the most fabulous part of doing something like this is getting to sing a song that the other guy made up, and that's what I'm going to do right now. If you were here last year, you might have seen it. Unless you were off at the bar while I was doing it, you might have seen me do it, because I did it. But if you were here last year and you were in the bathroom and I did it, we're going to do it again just to make sure we cover everybody. And is this one based on anybody's life?
Yes. Well, when I first moved to the States, I was very naive and a lot younger, and I really thought everybody would be wandering around dressed like Hank Williams, and Johnny Cash would be on the radio, you know, and Johnny Cash would be a big star,
right,
revered. And actually, I met Johnny Cash around the same time I moved over here, and he told me he couldn't get on country radio, and it was before he had the Rick Rubin thing, and he was kind of like...
How did you meet him, may I ask?
How did I meet him? I met him first at the... Actually, we're going to do a song that I heard him sing later as well. I met him at the Manchester Apollo, and we went backstage because we did an album of Johnny Cash songs with all punk rockers singing them, like Pete Shelley from the Buzzcocks and Mal from Cabaret Voltaire.
Is that the one, was Michelle Shock on that one?
Yeah. And Mark Riley from The Fall kind of had the idea. He said he wanted me and him to do an album of Johnny Cash songs, and I just thought that was ridiculous. And maybe we should get some of our friends in. But actually that album came out, and it was one of the best things I ever did, because we met Johnny Cash and we gave him the album, he loved it. And it was for an AIDS charity in London called the Terence Higgins Trust, and he was really into that, you know, Johnny Cash being a bit of a lefty by Nashville standards. And he went on the BBC, we went to the Albert Hall a year later and saw him after the album had come out, and he had a copy of the album come, and he held it up in the Albert Hall and did an interview with BBC Two. And during the interview we had Mary. You ever heard of a band called the Gay Bikers on Acid?
Yeah. I've still got your t-shirt that I stole from you.
You stole my... Oh, you stole my... The Gay Bikers on Acid were a Grebo band from Leicester, and the singer was called Mary Mary. And his real name was Ian, but Mary Mary was much better at the time. But we had him sing Boy Named Sue. We thought that was hilarious. Mary Mary would sing Boy Named Sue, and Cash thought that was really good as well. But I think the best thing I ever did in my life, the greatest achievement, was to get Johnny Cash on the BBC to say, I love all these young people who covered my songs, like Michelle Shock and Pete Shelley from the Buzzcocks, and Mary Mary from the Gay Bikers on Acid. I made Johnny Cash say Gay Bikers on Acid, which he was well into. But yes, kind of about, I was really sad for those people. There's a lot of people who weren't honouring. Farron Young about that time, he killed himself. And it was just like, you know, Nashville abandoned all the people that helped them build whatever they have. So Robbie Fulks will sing my song on this subject. I will sit perfect, nod in approval.
At what tempo?
No.
Drinking pills in Nashville, radio life will never be the same. Chills and spills from Maine to Mexico, riding on the funeral train. In every town there's the same tribulation, in every street I wake up in. The night before was a dim recollection of powers, bottles and gin. There's a poor little stranger heading out the door, just about half my age. Blood on the walls and glass on the floor, I don't think I even made it on stage. Doctor, doctor, sign my prescription, I'm in trouble again. Ever since I was a tiny little baby, couldn't get rid of the pain. I shake my hips, but I walk like a cripple, and my body is getting too thin. I can count every one of the bones in the mirror, poking through my cold white skin. There's a shining star in the dressing room door, but I'll be out in the back of my car. Cause I don't know a soul I can trust with the money or the tune of my guitar. Drinks and pills and Nashville radio, life will never be the same. Chills and spills from Maine to Mexico, riding on my funeral train. I can't sleep without the engine humming and the wheels rolling night and day. I can't sleep without the Nashville radio slipping through my chemical haze. Playing some song that I should remember with the DJ calling my name. If they play my songs on the Nashville radio, my life will never be the same. I said, doctor, doctor, sign my prescription, I'm in trouble again. Ever since I was a tiny little baby, I couldn't get rid of the pain. Ever since I was a tiny little baby, I couldn't get to sleep at night. I've been listening to the Nashville radio, hours before daylight. They threw me off of the Grand Ole Opry, cause I couldn't behave. I never knew how many friends I had till I was lying in a cold dark grave. I gave my life to country music, I took my pills and lost. If they don't play my songs on the radio, it feels like I never was. They caught an Alabama lockup, looked at me and laughed. He heard my songs on the Nashville radio and asked me for my autograph. He said, doctor, doctor, sign my prescription, I'm in trouble again. Ever since I was a tiny little baby, I couldn't get rid of the pain. Drinks and pills and Nashville radio, life will never be the same. Chills and spills from Maine to Mexico, riding on my funeral train. Killer tune right there. Thank you. I think you got it all over the drinks and pills in Nashville, like the R's, you know. Drinks and pills in Nashville radio, life will never be the same. Just like spitting it out is what I wanted to do.
Is that your Welsh accent or your pirate accent?
That's John D. MacArthur singing. I can't see the lyrics in front of me.
You're a genius, man. It's $1 million.